Are you wondering why is your mini jet fan actually not working? So either if you press the button, nothing at all happens, or maybe the fan starts to spin a bit and then stops, or maybe it's like whining, or maybe you even like feel that there is some bad smell coming actually from this unit. So we are going to actually go over a few different things that can actually happen with these units and the most common causes, what actually is wrong. So the first thing you have to realize about this unit, it's actually incredibly high power demanding units essentially, and they have inside most of these like two 180, 60, 50 cells inside that are also kind of like high discharge units essentially. So if we check the power, for example, so you see the motor power is 75 watts essentially. So to get this power, basically to draw that power from simple like batteries inside, that's insane basically stress on this unit, and they're actually prone to overheat, especially if you use them for very long time essentially. So first, if you essentially use your unit, so basically on the highest mode, so essentially if you use it for several minutes, these can actually overheat. So again, the power that actually being drawn from the internal batteries is absolutely massive basically on this unit. So it's drawing like crazy current basically to be able to actually force this air and spin those motors at those crazy speeds. So if you essentially run it for maybe literally like 5 minutes non-stop, some of these units actually have got thermal protection, some of them do not have. So if you have thermal protection, it will most likely kick in and essentially and shut down your fan essentially. So, and the simplest solution how to solve it is simply leave your unit aside maybe for literally like 20-30 minutes. So if it basically it worked but it stopped working and you do not know why, simply leave it aside maybe for like 20 or 30 minutes essentially. And after that, before you actually turn it on, make sure to plug it in charger and charge maybe for a minute essentially. So just to get it working again. And also if you, for example, have basically like power meter cable like this, where you can see your current flow, basically how much it's consuming to charge, again you can verify that it's even being charged. So after it has been sitting for some time, basically like 20-30 minutes, again put it on charger maybe for even like half a minute will do basically, and then try again to start it essentially. So if that didn't work, you might actually need to open up your unit and actually check what's actually inside, because again it's quite easy to actually overburn these units essentially and kill them. So again, if you actually use it on the highest mode for extremely long time to the extremely high power draw. So either the battery like control board basically got fried or something on the battery happened, or maybe literally the motor. So again, you can rule out basically if anything is wrong with the charger by simply plugging it in, so you can easily rule that out. But with the motor really, so it's actually quite easy to actually burn these units out. And also, of course, you can check if the power button is actually working okay on your unit, because I have heard basically a lot of power buttons on these also sometimes fall. So again, what I would do is simply keep spamming your power button in various like ways essentially, and see if like turns on. Also like maybe twist it in some direction. So, and also like with very hard press essentially. So press for a very long time and see if you can maybe somehow get the like power button working. Okay then, but so what if you actually are hearing some signs of life on this unit? Maybe it's actually starting to spin a bit and then stop. Basically, so the most common cause then is actually there is something actually stuck inside your unit. So obviously to actually blow the air out, it actually has to come in basically from backside of the unit essentially. And this has actually happened also to me basically even like 2 times. So we have had this for a while now. So essentially I use it in my workshop to actually blow like wood chips away from my table. And again, so sometimes I have dusty. So basically as I basically blow something with it, so obviously the air gets sucked basically inside here essentially. And if you have maybe some debris like nearby, so if you position on table like this unit can actually suck in things basically over here in this motor. So what you really have to do is simply literally take a flashlight and see what's actually happening inside. So either from this side or also this side. So literally take a flashlight and shine inside and see if there's anything, basically maybe some debris stuck somewhere inside. Again, this is quite common cause on these So again, yeah. Also, obviously, yeah, we can also quite easily actually take probably this unit apart. So you see you have screws. So again, if it's like starting, stopping, or maybe like winding, or again, you start to, yeah, like feel like some kind of like bad smell from it, so maybe some burning smell. So again, literally I would suggest you to open up actually and see if there's something maybe stuck inside basically, so that has been sucked inside basically in this unit. Also, lastly, you can actually try to spin up the motor manually and see if everything is okay with the motor basically, so with those blades. So that also can actually tell you quite a few things. So see if I maybe take some like maybe toothpick, so again, whatever really, and try to actually spin the motor around and see if it's actually going around, and maybe if it clicks over a few times, maybe it even starts then. So again, maybe take some toothpick, obviously make sure it's completely turned off and you do not accidentally start while you do it, and obviously be careful when you're doing this stuff. Maybe again a little like toothpick and simply try to spin up the motor. Also, for example, you can take a tool like this essentially and actually try to blow in, so like a blower essentially. So obviously we would actually blow basically from this direction, so put inside and simply blow inside, and maybe some dirt actually comes out. So again, whatever was obstructing it, maybe it gets blown out essentially. And also see if as I blowing in, also okay, probably can't show you well, but yeah, you can simply visually inspect if maybe there's some kind of blockage inside. That again is common cause on these. Anyway, good luck.